The problem of Iran. So what is the problem of Iran? Back on 7 February of this year, the Iranian president decided to have intentions to enrich uranium U-235 from about 3% to about 20%. This raises questions as to Iran's intentions to develop nuclear weapons. So this here is the problem. With me, I like to work to solve problems. How do I do this? Well, most of the time I like to, first of all, I understand the problem, then identify its cause, and by removing the cause of the problem disappears. With Iran, the problem is about 6 leaders, or perhaps a small subset of these 6 leaders. They are the supreme leader of the Islamic Revolution, Iran's president, Iran's first vice president, Iran's foreign minister, the commander-in-chief of the army, the commander-in-chief of the IRGC. So the problem of Iran is these 6 leaders, or perhaps a small subset of these 6 leaders. So if this problem was up to me to solve, what would I do? Well, I would call these 6 leaders individually. I'm a relaxed and easygoing guy. So I'd start off by talking about my family, ask them about their family, have a relaxed chat to start things off. Then I'd launch into the business of the day. That is Iran's intention to enrich uranium U-235 from about 3% to about 20%. I feel that it's important to put personal differences aside. It's important to put political differences aside. It's important to put philosophical differences aside and work as a team to resolve the problem by compromise and also thinking through the problem as a way to find useful options. I'm sure that the US government could give Iran advanced energy technology which is non-nuclear in exchange for Iran's decision not to enrich uranium U-235, and also to have a more friendly relationship with the US, possibly a more friendly relationship with Israel, and to treat their people better too. It's bad the way they have been cracking down and attacking political dissidents. Their human rights violations have been atrocious. So it's all about working with them as a team to come together, put aside differences, and actively work to solve the problem together as a team. But not everyone wants to be friends. In this case, if it was the US, they could bring their military to the negotiation table. This is a very persuasive way to gain cooperation. it wouldn't be needed, as I feel the problem is only caused by misunderstandings. Also, if Israel and Iran were to have similar friendly talks and to work together for peace, Iran wouldn't need nuclear weapons to defend itself. It's all about working as friends and creating lasting friendships. War isn't needed. So bringing the military to the negotiation table is very persuasive. But still, not everyone may be persuaded. If these 6 leaders weren't persuaded, they could be removed and replaced by a new regime, a new leadership to Iran, which was democratically elected. I feel that having a stable Iran which supports US interests is very important. The US could rally its allies to have an international presence at these elections, to hand out voting papers and also monitor the counting of votes. That is, as we all want, an honest, fair and transparent election. The US government could also support the major campaigns of the campaigns of the major candidates as a way to ensure a moderate government and thus a good working relationship with the new Iranian leadership. The Iranian people don't want war. They've suffered enough. Israel has threatened war in the next year or so, and this would only be a disaster. The Iranian people have suffered enough, and if there was war, hundreds of thousands of innocent Iranians would be killed and or permanently harmed. That is, Iranians who don't want a war with Israel and probably don't support Iran's decision to enrich uranium U-235 from about 3% to about 20%. I feel that the approach of working with leaders as friends, and if the leaders of rogue nations don't want to be friends, well then bringing the military, that is bringing the US military or even a coalition forces to the negotiation table is persuasive. Mostly it will just be a threat, but if it still wasn't taken serious, the leaders of concern would be removed and replaced by leaders from a voted in from a democratic election. So this is the future of international diplomacy. There's no need for war, as when there's war, both sides lose. The closer the fight, the more both sides lose. So the future of international diplomacy is to focus on the cause, which is a handful of leaders or so, and then remove that cause. But obviously, first of all, we always want to work as friends together to solve problems. This is my answer, an answer to solve the problem of Iran. I hope you like it.